It's on the floor. It's on the floor. It's on the floor. It's on the floor. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Welcome back to the show, y'all. Put it on the motherfucking flow. This is episode 2, coming live right here at 3525 Studios. Big 5, how you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Feeling blessed. Tuck, what's up, baby?
You know, I'm just, blessed. Feeling
Yes,
good,
sir.
you know
Yes,
what I mean?
sir.
And I gotta say today for our special guest, I can't even say special guest, I gotta say my brother.
No, real talk.
Yeah,
Real
we
talk.
done made a lot of money together.
For sure.
Been through a lot of shit together.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So to have you on the show, man, I gotta salute and say thank you.
Oh man, I'm glad to be here, man. It's a blessing to be here, especially to be here for episode 2.
Yeah, real talk.
One thing that I have always really enjoyed, as far as in my city and with the people that I love, is that a lot of people that have got things started, they called on me first to do it. So that's like one of my Soldier Boy moments, right?
Okay,
there.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I get to say I was one of the first niggas to do, you know, this show with y'all or whatever. So man, I'm just glad to be here, especially with y'all too. You know, I go way back with both of y'all. So
facts.
it is what it is, man.
Yeah. So we here with K Deezy, the role model. Kato, you know what I'm saying? K Deezy, arguably one of the biggest legends out of Detroit, man, out of Detroit hip hop, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I want to say personally that I'm happy to have my brother on the you know, on the show with us, and I appreciate that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
I appreciate
no doubt,
that.
Man.
And, you know, we gonna get into the interview, man. We gonna get in depth, man. Get personal with it, man. Cause
Put it on the floor.
I don't think you did too many interviews lately, right?
Nah. Actually, in the past year or so, I have done a little bit more interviews than I usually do. You know what I'm saying? But that's just due to me maturing and being willing to talk about things and come out and be more open now. So,
Fact.
this is a new thing for me, but I'm cool with it. I enjoy it, and I know that this is very important.
Yeah,
for
no,
me,
facts. So we're gonna pop it off. So question that I had personally that I want to know, and I know a lot of people in our city want to know this too. You know what I'm saying? Musically, where do you think it went wrong that you didn't become this mega star that everybody thought you supposed to be in? Like, where do you think it went wrong?
Right into it, huh?
Yeah, wait, because I really want to know this.
No,
I know
come
a
on,
lot
man,
of people want to know this.
Put it on the flow.
So where do you think it went wrong in your career where you didn't make it into being that superstar and megastar that everybody you know, projected you to be?
Well, honestly, and that's a question that I've been asked before, so that one wasn't even really all in the depth just yet. But I don't even think it was just like me, like, cause I even look at my brother Tone. I look like he got caught up in the situation too. It's more artists who I feel like even Mac Nichols, for instance. Yeah. I feel like Mac Nichols is just now reaching his
Facts.
People is really appreciating him now. But Mac Nichols should have been had winning back in the day. I can name more artists too, but just to answer your question, it was more so just getting caught up in the transition. That music had made. You know, music had made a big transition far as, you know, streaming and downloading music and stuff like that. I feel like we didn't catch on. Some of us, we were still, I know myself, I can speak for myself. I was caught up in pastime. Even when I dropped the project Heavy as the Crown in 2014, 2015 or whatever, I even failed at that project because I was still in the mind state of doing things the old way. I didn't have anyone that came to me and said, "Hey, Deezy, let me show you what's going on." You know, I remember a point in time where even Juan had told us that it was coming, but we still didn't. Juan told us literally, like, you ever seen that interview when Jay-Z went in the room and he told them niggas, like, you know, 50 Cent is coming?
Yeah.
We kind of had the same situation like that where Juan came in one day and he told us, he was like, yo, reality TV is finna take over the world. Music is about to be streamed and this and that. And it didn't register with us, you know. We street niggas, man. I ain't know nothing about no computer, just to be honest with y'all. So
because you were selling people was going in the store buying your CDs.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Now let's
put that on the flow. You want to put it on the floor for real? Yeah. I kept a lot of record stores open at one point in time.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Along with my brothers as well too. But our music, independent music in Detroit rap, was keeping record stores open for a nice amount of time.
100%.
Hey, so to somebody right now because when you talking about keeping record stores open, somebody watching this right now and they've never been to a record store, they don't know what a record store is, they just hop on their phone, hop on iTunes, and go listen to what they want to listen to. So, the process of somebody actually, do you think that was a bigger fan of somebody actually getting up, putting clothes on, driving, and going to get your CD than the difference of somebody streaming it and they still considering themselves a fan too? Oh, yeah. I feel like you had real fans, like.
Yeah, I mean, but like even now, when you look at music and what it's doing now, music is it's moving so fast. It's moving at a fast rate, especially with these kids. So even to answer that, when I look back on my time, it was one of the most beautiful feelings in the world to get in a car and ride past a record store the day that your CD came out and to see your name in the window and to see a line outside a store for people that want to buy your shit. And that made them become more attached because they also kind of knew the amount of work that went into it, and you know what I mean, all of those things. So it was different. Now when I look at what they're doing now, putting it on the flow, I have my jealous moments. I have my jealous moments because I look at it and I go, wow.
Not jealous in a hating
way. No, not jealous in a hating way. I'm talking about just jealous at the fact that, they don't really mix and master their music no more. And they don't got to go through all the things that I went through. I had to go through a lot of things to put a project out. You know what I mean? And now it's like they getting money in. They going straight from a lot of it. Yeah, they getting a lot of it. And they going straight from the studio straight to
streaming platforms.
Everything they doing is way more easier now. Even shooting videos. Look at videos. I would have had 50 million videos if I would have thought that. You know what I mean?
Because we wasn't doing videos like that back then.
It
was, but not
everything
like
that we did was more than what they putting into it now.
Absolutely.
So even for me to shoot a video, I would have had to have 6 outfits laid out and 26 locations, and we need the Benz and the helicopter come and drop me out the helicopter. And nowadays it's like, nigga, we right here.
Yeah.
Let's shoot this video right here.
It's on the floor.
Y'all was around to be a part of everything, seeing what I did, right?
Definitely.
So when you was around to see it, you know that the stardom that I had was probably more than the biggest artist that it is right now.
100%.
And that's because it wasn't as many of us.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when you look at me and my time and my run, I look at it like I shared that shit with Tone Tone.
No, facts.
Far as outside of Tone Tone, everybody else to me was just, they was my niggas and I fucked with them and niggas was doing their thing. But the only nigga that I saw on my radar as far as competition was Tone Tone.
100%.
So, and y'all got to remember too, back in those days, we didn't have no celebrities in Detroit. So me and Tone Tone was 2 Michael Jacksons walking around this motherfucker. Yeah. You feel me?
No, facts. I mean, Summer Jams was looking like, was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I got a question, like, when y'all in there, because I know you got numerous hit songs, you know what I'm saying? So like the pressure on making like continuously hits in the studio, like what was that vibe? And like, did you feel like it was pressure making those, like trying to compete with the song that's this big and trying to make another one like that?
Well, not necessarily with myself, but to go back again when we speak on somebody like my brother Tone Tone, like he was even in the beginning, Tone Tone was the person who made me really want to rap. You know what I mean? Like, he was the first person that I really seen and that made me say, oh, I'm doing that shit. And the first time I ever saw Tone Tone, I was in the club with Blade and Jesse and Fat Mike, and we all drinking Cristal bottles. We got Cristal bottles and shit everywhere. We balling. You know what I mean? But I had never seen a nigga who had first time I seen Tone Tone, he had an entourage about 50 people. You know, and we had never really seen shit like that around here. I mean, maybe we seen Trick have but even Trick entourage was goons.
Yeah. Right.
I never seen a nigga from Detroit that was a rapper and he ain't really had no deal like that come in the club with, you know, he got bitches and security guards and niggas and everybody want to touch him and holler at him and shit. So when I seen that shit, I was like,
I gotta get that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and I was like, oh, I want that. Yeah. But as far as like the music wise, I'm so glad that I came up in a time with him because him being the radio killer it pushed me. He was, and he'll tell you the same thing. He was my target. He was the one that made me be like, oh, he got another one. I gotta get one.
That boy was coming with him.
He was coming with them.
Yeah, he was coming with them. So it was like, he was my drive. Even though all my niggas, everybody in the Streetlord group was all niggas that had classic albums and hit records, but you know, back then it was harder for us to get on radio, so we had never seen a nigga doing it like Tone. So my push was like, yeah, and I believe in Kid. You know, Kid. Yeah. Let's make that understood. Let's make that understood right now. Kid played a major part.
Yes, he did.
In the production that I was doing.
Yes, he did.
And him, like Kid even directed me on other producers' beats.
Yeah, and shout out to Kid.
Yeah,
man.
shout out to Kid.
I think Kid is like overly humble, but he don't have to be.
Yeah, you know Kid is.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
Like he be humble, so.
Yeah, guess what? He, you know, especially when you someone as great as Kid is, and he don't hear enough of his name coming up. You know what I mean? They act like, you know, like he's one of the only producers who had a platinum rap album back then.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about. I'm talking about platinum sales.
Yeah.
Not downloads, not streams. You talking about a guy who everybody he touched became somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pause. But every nigga that he worked with became somebody.
Real talk.
Everybody. When BG first left Cash Money, who had him?
Yeah.
Kid had him. He went platinum. Yeah. After he had BG, he found Lil Tone.
Yep.
He took Tone to as far as he could take him.
He was hell of a before hell of a.
Exactly. And then then same thing with me. I remember the day Juan called me and he was like, if you had your choice to work with one producer, who would it be? And I was like, man, tell you the truth. I'm like,
Juan asked you this.
Yeah, he called me and was like, hey bro, he's like, let me ask you a question. He was like, if you could work with one producer in the city and do your album, who would you want to work with? And I was like, let me think about that. Because at the time I was working with R4s. Mm-hmm. I was working with Helliva. Mm-hmm. I was working with AK. Mm-hmm. So for me, I was like, Then I just started thinking in my head because I had been, you know, I'm a BG fan. Even before I knew BG, I was a fan. So I was like, man, somebody told me that this dude from Detroit produced BG last album, which went platinum. He was like, Juan was like, give me 48 hours. I'm going to find out who it is. He called me back in 48 hours and was like, I found the nigga Kid. You feel me? And Juan set up a meeting one with him, and Kid gave Juan a beat CD with 2 beats on it. He was like, if he make a hot song on one of these, I'll do an album with him.
And he did.
CD.
Yeah, and he did.
I wrote to both of them.
So, speaking of Juan, you know what I'm saying? We know that Juan had a big influence on your career.
No doubt.
And we know that he was incarcerated for 10 years, and he just coming home. So we want you to let everybody know, like, how important was Juan to you in your career, and, you know, how did it feel to have him back home after 10 years? You know, 9 years.
How important was he to Detroit?
The Detroit, too, yeah.
Oh, man.
Most definitely.
You know what? Another one. Juan get his props and his respect from the city, but I think when it comes to getting his just due for what he really is to our city and what he really did and the barriers that he broke and the things that he did first, and it's not enough acknowledgement to me. And let's be clear, he's not looking for it. He don't sit around me and go, these niggas don't, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like,
he actually like being behind the scenes.
You got to think about things that Juan did, and Juan did these things 20 years ago.
Yeah. Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, even when you look at what's going on now, look at what I tell people all the time. What you see in the rap game, especially from Detroit right now, that shit is the Dirty Glove Network on steroids.
Yeah, on steroids. Yeah, facts.
Do you remember the Dirty Glove Network?
You know, I remember.
All of those things were his ideas. Mm-hmm. They were things that, like even me, when he first talked about doing a TV show, I didn't never really realize where it was gonna go or what his whole really plan was in his head. But I just trusted him and I believed in him,
and that was a major part in blowing you up too.
Fuck yeah. Are you serious?
A major part. And that's just me as a fan watching it. I know this. That was a major fucking part.
That's why I'm telling you now. Even when he first was talking about it, when he first was, it was because a lot of times, especially with Juan, he may, if he close with you, he may open up and tell you some ideas. And sometimes even with Juan, his ideas be so crazy that you may not even believe it or understand it in the beginning, and it take for once he do it, you'll be like, wow, he told me that shit 2 years ago. So even when he talked to me about doing the TV show and what it was gonna do for my career and all that at the beginning, I didn't really understand. I was a young nigga. I was wild. I was, so into the streets, and I'm looking at him like, nigga. You know what I mean? It's like, nigga, what's up with that? You know what I mean? So.
It's on the floor.
Juan was locked up. He was indicted. He got his time. Like, how did it make you feel inside when because everything was on the up?
To be 100% honest with you and put it on the floor all the way, it was one of the moments for me where I was like, damn, here I go again. And I say, here I go again because, after we suffered and when we went through with the Blade incident, it took a great amount of strength for all of us to come together and say, because, after what happened to Blade, we all felt like, fuck rap. You feel what I'm saying? We was like, nigga, fuck rapping. Nigga, we don't give a fuck about no rap. You know what I mean? But on the positive side of it, it also made us come together closer, and it gave us not our second win, but our third win in the music game. Because if you remember the history, after Blade passed away, that's, we started turning up some more. So we was on our third win. 100%. You know what I'm saying? After Blade passed. So when I found myself in that position where it's like, damn, y'all taking my nigga away from me. Now this,
goddamn,
I already fought this battle. We went through this battle already, because y'all got to remember, Blade passed away right before I dropped Stuck in My Ways. So, even for us to just keep the energy to continue to say, we got to mash this shit out. We got to do this TV show. We got to put these albums out. We got to put this movie out. We got to do this. You know what I mean? It took a lot of energy. So once that shit happened with Juan, part of me musically, it killed me. You know what I mean? Because it was just like, I don't know, feel like I really had the strength to dig that up without the main nigga who was in my life pushing me. Understood. The main nigga who believed in me. Understood. You know what I'm saying? So him leaving and going to prison and shit, it was I went through a dark time, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly can tell y'all, like, I went through a dark time family-wise. I went through a dark time financially. I went through a dark time being a father to my children and everything, because it was like, here it is, this, God blessed me with this nigga who believed it. Like, even me, when I look at myself, I go, damn, it felt like Juan almost, because he did the same thing I did better than me. When I look at Juan, I actually look at him and I put Juan in my top 5 MCs of all time.
Period, as you should.
So,
that's crazy.
To have him in my life and to push me and give me the opportunity he had and just keep constantly motivating me, to have him gone, shit, you know what I mean? What you think I went through? You know what I mean? It was like, shit.
To hearing Juan was coming home too, because it's even weird to me. I was a kid. I think I met Juan one time. I had ran into y'all at Southern Fires. And that's when Juan gave me one of these. I was like, damn, I didn't know niggas even did that.
And that's what Juan do.
So that's he old school gangster.
He one of them too. So hear him coming home, and then me and Five actually went and visited Vic.
Yeah.
And Vic told me, like, you know, Juan in here too. So I'm in there like, what you mean? Like, you talking about Juan? You know how you say that? I'm like, Juan? He like, yeah. So that's my first time seeing him in person, like, as I'm older and I understand who Juan is.
Yeah. Because Juan didn't move. You didn't see Juan like that.
No.
Yeah.
I think I seen Juan one time out of my whole life until I seen him after he got out of jail.
Yeah.
And I seen him walk through, you know what I'm saying? He had his jumpsuit on with his buffs on. And I'm looking like, damn, this the legend. You know what I'm saying?
The legend. Facts.
He felt it in the room. This before anybody even knew that he was coming home. So once they announced that he was coming home, what type of feeling was that for you? Was it like, you know how when you watch the movies and you find out your dog coming home, it kind of spark you?
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, this some crazy shit, right? So the day me and him had been in communication, and he kept saying, you know how I be, yo man, like, I'm coming home. I'm like, nigga, and even me, on the positive note, y'all seen Instagram story and things I was posting while he was like that, and I would always be like, my nigga coming home, he coming home, you know what I'm saying? So, I could talk about it now. I never could talk about it before, but I can talk about it now because I wasn't supposed to say nothing.
Yeah.
But anyways, how the story went was, you know, one morning I woke up and my phone was ringing, and I looked at my phone and it was Vezo calling me. And for me, you know, me and Vezo, we talk. Like, me and him is two niggas. We'll talk, we'll have our conversation. So when he calling me, I'm like, let me see what this nigga talking about. So I answered the phone, and Vezo was like, bro, don't say nothing. Don't say, you know what I'm saying? He was like, nigga, everybody, because, you know, Vezo had just came home from the same prison as well.
Yeah.
So Vezo was like, don't say nothing, but nigga, everybody calling me from the joint. They saying Juan got out this morning, or he getting out in a little while. You know what I'm saying? So nigga, I'm like, my heart like, what? Cause it ain't, you know, a lot of time when nigga come home, you be knowing you like, he be home, nigga. He'll be home in February or whatever. You know what I mean? So in his situation, it wasn't like that. It was just like a out the blue situation. So I'm like, damn. So then he was like, I already know. He was like, you finna be one of his first 3 phone calls. He was like, as soon as he called you, call me. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I hang up with Vezo and shit. So I'm sitting out, nigga. I remember I'm sitting in my living room, nigga. I got my phones on the floor. I got like 3 phones. They on the floor, and I'm looking at the phones. I'm like, he finna call me.
One of them
call me. Yeah, I'm like, this nigga about to call me.
Yeah.
So then it was like, I ain't getting no call. Then Vezo called me back. He was like, you still ain't talk to him? I'm like, no. I'm like, you think he out for sure? He like, nigga, everybody from the jail called me. He was like, he out, he coming home. So I'm like, nigga, I know he gonna call me. I'm like, I'm gonna chill. So then it was like after a while, my phone started ringing and people was like that nigga Juan out. That nigga Juan out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit. So I'm geek. I'm just waiting on him to call me, and then showing up at, you know, people been calling me all day. I'm like, he ain't calling me. Then nigga, late as hell at night, about 12:45, 1 in the morning, he called me, and it was like, you know, in these streets, a lot of time when you lose one of your niggas for so long, you know what I'm saying, and you out here, you know, like even when a nigga is in jail, he just there, and he's just that. When you out here in the world, it's almost damn near harder for you in the world than it is when a nigga in jail. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because so much shit going on, and you know what I mean? Yeah. That I was just like, it was weird for me because a lot of time when God take one of your niggas away from you, it's hardly ever that we get to see him and get him back again.
No, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's deep. That's real.
Like when you like nigga.
Yeah, so for you to get him back.
Get my nigga back.
It's like, man.
Yeah, the first thing I'm thinking in my head is like, I don't want him to do nothing to go back again.
Hell no.
I don't want him to be, because even like with Jesse, when Jesse was locked, you know, Jesse had been locked up for a while, and him and my brother, they ended up being bunkies together. Okay. So I used to talk to Jesse every day, damn near on the phone. Yeah. And man, I used to always tell Jesse, like, I'm like, nigga, shit different. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, shit different out here, Jesse. Like, you know, woo. But Jesse, my state was, you know, like, nigga, I'll be home soon. And when I get home, nigga, and I'm like, Jesse, things change. It's different around here.
Like that no more.
He first came home, you know, certain situations or whatever. So me going through that situation with Jesse, you know, because, you know, certain things had transpired or whatever after Jesse got out of jail and shit. So even that was a fear for me. Because now it's like, Juan, after that, Jesse came home, he went through that then. Juan come home, the only thing in my mind was like, I felt like, nigga, I could have been his security guard. Like, yo, whoa.
Right.
Whoa. Nigga, talk to me. What you want to say to him? Like, that's how I felt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, because I got my nigga back. You know what I mean? So even now, I've been very patient and, you know, because you got to give a nigga time to come home and adjust. Peep the game, what's going on. You got to readjust, bro.
Hell that's a long time.
Yeah, like my man, what's the Splash brother?
Splash brother.
Oh, Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody thinking he finna come back and
he
just be Klay Thompson. Y'all gonna have to give him time to adjust.
It's on the floor.
Let's talk Blade real quick. Because, like, you was a part of history with that. And, like, it's rare to say and it's rare to even come across somebody who really knew Blade. You hear stories of this, but you know what I'm saying? So, like, so who was Blade and who was Darnell? Because, like I said, it's weird. Like, somebody can ask me, like, you know, who's 5 and who's SINO.
Yeah.
They see this person, but, you know, I know this person, but
I
have never heard nobody tell me about Darnell.
I'm glad you said that because what I was finna say to you was I knew Darnell Lindsay before it was a Blade. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just say this. Me and him both being young niggas and coming up around the same time, we even attended, me and him, I made a mistake one time. I did an interview with, what's my man name? Damn, I can't even think right this moment, but I did an interview with somebody else and I said something about Blade going to Henry Ford. And it took G-Rock, I think it was, that reminded me that Blade didn't go to Ford, right? But Blade did I went to Ford Night School too. I went to Ford Night School with Blade, but this is how you know that Darnell was so dope, was because, in all honesty, when I went to Ford, I ended up going to Ford myself, like my second semester of my 10th grade year, and I went there to the 12th grade, right? But when I came to Henry Ford, Darnell Lindsay name was the only name I heard every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can remember being a kid coming out of school and people being like, oh, Darnell out there. But it wasn't that he went to school. He'd just be up at my school flexing. You know what I'm saying? He would be up at my school flexing. He coming through dog ass old school. You know what I'm saying? Then when I started going to night school with him, is where I first really gained that relationship with him, where he knew who I was and, you know what I mean, all that kind of shit. But Blade, to be honest with y'all, Blade was always the man. You know what I'm saying? Blade was always the man, dog. Like, far as I know that. And even because I remember the first time me hearing Come Roll with a nigga, I was like, I was hearing him saying Blade and people was calling him Blade, but the first time I ever heard Come Roll with a nigga, I was like, dog, that's Darnell. That's what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Darnell. You know what I'm saying? But all the shit that he was talking and how he was and all that was him in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, even him, he was the first nigga to really be on that. Like, nigga, we don't be saying shit in our raps if we can't. You know what I mean? If we can't touch it or we can't show it to you, I don't even care if it ain't ours. We gotta at least show it to you, motherfucker. If I tell you, nigga, I had the Rolls, I'm gonna show you the Rolls Royce. You feel what I'm saying? So he was the first nigga, as far as in rap, that was the nigga to pull my coattail. Give me like, I don't. He was the first nigga to give me my opportunity rapping.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so.
Real.
far as a nigga from out my crew who was putting out a project and I actually made the project because it was so much shit that I had spit verses on. It was weak as hell.
I know that felt so good.
My shit was weak as hell.
But I know that felt so good. How good did it feel though when you finally know you made that fucking album though?
Yeah, that's why you got it. That's why I tell the young niggas now you gotta be okay with your niggas telling you that your shit ain't sweet.
You got to.
You know what I mean? Because your niggas telling you that your shit ain't sweet. That's the shit that's gonna make you be like, all right,
it's on the floor. It's on the floor. It's on the floor. It's on the floor. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
One thing that I did understand about the culture and the music with Detroit, like y'all gotta remember, we came from that shit. That's just like even when people say certain shit like with the trick shit or any of that, like, oh, Trick make that booty, but that's what, when Trick made that shit, that's what was winning at that time.
That's what was going on. Yeah,
that's what was going on. We used to, in Detroit, we used to have house parties and people was jitting and shit and you know what I mean? So that's what kind of music
that was
going on at that time, and he was the best at making that music at that time. So even with Tone, when Tone came, he came with his style, but it was Detroit.
And he was
like, look at his songs. When you even go back to think,
I ain't playing with you.
I ain't playing with you. I'm on 10. What up, though?
Deezy.
I love the way she doing it. All of them things,
yeah.
I love the way she doing. That's all. That's Detroit shit. Yeah. What up, though?
He was coldest. He was the coldest at that. He was the coldest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So he was the coldest at doing what he was doing, and still from the streets. He just was younger. Like even now, do you know how many people put Tone in our age group, and he not? Tone is not in our age.
He was just a young nigga.
Yeah, he was a young ass nigga. Even his first album, y'all gotta remember, he was by a school bus with a backpack on.
That nigga was doing it.
But what made him sweet was because he rapping on these kid beats and what he was talking about.
And Tone still looked
that album was amazing. He had one song.
That motherfucker was amazing.
He had one song on that girl where he couldn't decide what girl he wanted in school. I used to be in my class from.
And not only that, Tone ain't even aged. That nigga still looked the same as he looked in front of that school bus.
I be feeling sorry for him because he get put in our you can't old nigga him Tone not no old nigga.
And he really was him.
You can't get mad at him because he been winning since he was a kid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I got a question like. I'm younger than y'all, so like, I always want to know like what was the difference between the Streetlords and the Cheddar Boys, like, and would you consider yourself like original member of the Streetlords?
Yeah. Okay. So this is the thing.
I've been lost on that for years.
Okay. So this the whole thing. My homies, Blade, Rook, and my homeboy, Rennie, who we call Freak. Y'all know Freak. Y'all know Rennie. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in between them, and I'm mentioning all three of them on that because I don't really all the way know. Like that's a part of the history that I don't know. So when I speak on that, I have to speak of the parts I do.
What you know, yeah.
But those three kind of started. They created the whole like the Cheddar Boy thing. You know what I mean? So the Streetlords was the rap group, and then it's just like when you think about when you say Team Eastside, that consisted of the Green Guys.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? All of that. So it was the same thing with us. It was like, you know, these is Streetlords, and then Dirty Glove was because even Streetlords was kind of like Voltron.
Okay.
You got niggas that came together and made one thing. Okay. So even like when we used to get together and shit, we'd easily be 100 deep and shit like that because. You know what I mean? Just like the same thing that happened, even BMF was even bigger with it.
No, real talk.
That's what made BMF so powerful because they was going to places and they showing up with 200 niggas and it's St. Louis niggas.
It's an umbrella.
It's an umbrella of niggas coming together and then, so that's how that went. Like Dirty Glove is a family and you know, Streetlords is the group, Dirty Glove is a family, you know, Cheddar Boy and shit. So then the situation with the Eastside Cheddar Boys was that I want to say like Jesse was rocking with them first.
Okay.
And I want to say that I think they was trying to come up with a name or whatever, and Jesse was like, y'all should call yourselves the Eastside Cheddar Boys. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they were. They were the Eastside Cheddar Boys. We were all, you know what I mean, all collectively together. We was all pushing the front part of it, but that shit was just we the east side Cheddar Boys. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's basically the history on that. Like you know, that was something I really want to say that like those three created that together, like the whole Cheddar Boy thing, and they was repping that. Blade was repping that. Even Rennie was repping that. Rennie just wasn't no rapper, you know what I mean? Okay. But he was repping that shit for sure. Yeah.
So we know a couple years ago now. Well, I know that personally. Like, you got into a real bad car accident. Real bad car accident, and I know that personally from what I seen, it changed you, like changed your just outlook. You know what I'm saying? You being a different person and shit like that. Can you take us through the motions of when that happened? You know, what kind of time you went through at that time that car accident happened, and you know, how did you change from then and now with that going on?
What that one, you know?
I had my car accident in 2012, and yeah, it was a real fucked up car accident. You know,
I cried. I ain't gonna even lie though, no homo, bro. When I seen that shit, when I seen the pictures, not to cut you off, I cried with that shit, bro. Like tears came on my eyes from that shit. Cause you know, me and you talk like, you was like one of the first niggas that ever gave me a free verse, like all the niggas when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? You know, we had, you know,
dog, make
money.
sure we come back to this too, because it's something I want to
say.
All
right, we gonna talk about that.
Yeah, it's something I want to put on the floor.
Remember that. Yeah, we gonna put on the floor about the verse and all that shit. But we gonna talk about the car accident though.
Yeah, so you know, 2012, man, I was even like even going back to the situation we were talking about, like dealing with the whole shit with Juan and you know, all of that. Then I had lost someone in my family that was super close to me, like who, man, like I loved her so much. I would have been cool with God taking me with her. You mean, you know what I'm saying? Like she meant that much to me.
Understood.
And you know, at that point, man, it was like 2012, bro. I had to hit the ceiling. You know what I mean? Like, and I started getting I started going through a state of depression. And even at that time, I didn't even have no knowledge or nothing about what depression. So of course I didn't know how to deal with it or get no help.
Cause we black niggas.
Yeah, so I kept that front on, but really people don't know I was going through a state of depression, bro, like real terrible, cause so many things I had lost. The main things that pushed me, the main things that gave me that drive, you know what I mean? All of that, I was losing all of those things in my life. So, man, I got off into just that being drunk shit every day and, you know, just riding around clubbing and being reckless and, you know how that shit get, man. You get successful and you done experienced it for a while now and you feeling yourself and you thinking can't nothing happen to you and you out here out dolo and not got your mans with you and you riding with the strap, you ain't got no license and you drinking and you thinking, I'm famous and I can't nothing happen. But at the same time, all of that's going on, I'm really depressed too. You know what I mean? So, bro, I was just one day I was going through something, man, and I was drinking like crazy. You know what I mean? And bro, I started just going from bar to bar. You know what I mean? And I was just drinking, bro. Not to mention I'm jumping in the whip. I got the drink in the car.
And you taking us through this night?
Yeah, yeah. This is what's happened the day that I had this car accident. You know what I mean? So. I finally started making my way down 8 Mile after I done went to 10 bars already. You
blow, nah.
Yeah, so I'm making my way. I'm going down 8 Mile everywhere. I'm walking up in everything. I'm drinking everywhere I go. I'm having a shot. I'm out. Shot, boom, next bar. Shot, boom, next bar. So man, I get down to KOD, and this at the time, you know, when KOD was. We was one of the hottest bars.
Yeah, it was laying like that.
And y'all, it ain't no secret. If you was from Detroit and you was from the streets, you know I had my way at KOD. Period. You know KOD was my house.
he wants something on that.
You know KOD was. You know KOD was my spot. It was my house. I did what I wanted to do. So I went there last, and you know, it got to a point where people started making phone calls on me. You know, they was calling people and shit like, like if they see me at a bar, they might call somebody. They need to call you.
Yeah,
Like, SINO, I just seen these. He
in
drunk, bro. Y'all need to call somebody to come get him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So somebody called Mark G up there. Mark G came. Shout out to Mark G.
Yeah, shout out Mark G.
Mark G was popping.
Yeah.
Mark G came up there to get me. And I felt like he was trying to little bro me. Drunk as hell. He trying to take my keys and all of that shit.
You ain't feeling that shit.
I ain't feeling it. I'm wilding.
Yeah.
So, I want to say I think I had a suite or something at the MGM. So I snatched my keys and I was like, man, I'm going down to the MGM. You know what I mean? So I jumped in the car, hopped on the freeway. I'm on the freeway.
75.
Yeah, I ain't even knowing Mark G on me. He following me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even remember exactly what happened. Like, I don't know if I was reaching for a phone or what I did or whatever. But I ended up, some people was in a van. They were stopped and shit on the freeway. And I ended up hitting them. And when I didn't even see them. You know what I mean? So I ended up hitting them real bad. They would end up being straight, but I was fucked up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I remember. I seen the picture.
Yeah, so it was like, man, then what I went through after even after the accident, you know what I mean? No, I mean just even, like, you gotta remember, people taking me in there, nigga, it's all kind of people
that know you.
Yeah.
And
so
you still here.
Like, even at that moment when I had my car accident, I'm thankful that wasn't now.
Yeah.
Because if that was now, I'd be all over the internet.
I mean, like,
with after my accident, because you know what I mean. That shit was crazy.
It was.
So even going through it, and to be in a position where I couldn't walk, you know what I mean. Somebody telling me that I wasn't gonna be able to perform or do no shows no more, and shit like that. I'm looking like,
what?
Yeah, like, what do you mean, like, bro? Like, hell no. So, nigga, I took it upon myself to start, nigga, training myself, you know what I mean, slowly. And y'all remember, y'all was there. Y'all went through it with me.
I remember.
So,
I remember.
I started slowly training myself. Like, nigga, I started taking baby steps and walking. And I started walking a quarter mile. Then I started walking a half. Then I started walking a whole mile. Then I would walk 2 miles a day. Then I would walk 5 miles. You know what I mean? And then, nigga, I would work on training and work on my breathing and stuff like that. I started breathing better, and then I looked up and it was like, oh shit. So when you say the part about me changing, hell yeah, I changed, bro.
Nah, for real.
And like, I almost lost my life to see what my children had to go through.
That's what I was gonna ask you. You think that brought you closer to your kids, or?
I mean, yeah, no, I was already like, I think what brought me close to my kids is losing my dad at the age of 9. You know what I mean? My dad died when I was 9. So, like, all in my life, my whole life, I always was like, shit, I want to be a great dad because I ain't have one. You know what I mean? Yeah, so, in my mind, my children, I'll be like, I got to be in my best way I can. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
It's on the floor. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Take a quick break real quick. Gotta eat the right way. Big shout out to CONANT Street Grill one time. I gotta say, magnificent. Tuck Money, what you got over there?
Man, look, I got the turkey chops with the mashed potatoes. Fire.
I'm working with the grilled salmon, fried rice, grilled chicken, shrimp. Shout out to my homie Vic.
Vic was good. Mashed potatoes, grilled chicken, corn, off the sauce. Deezy, what you got?
Well, I already had I had like the buffalo shrimp or whatever. Now I'm working on the fried lobster tail and fries. And I can just tell y'all from even the looking at this lobster tail right now.
Laying like that.
I'm gonna put it on the floor.
You say no more.
All right, so I want to take it back. I want to, like, around the Streetlord and, like, rock bottom beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was your thoughts on it? And, like, did you have to move different, like, at that time?
You know what? Like, even the Streetlord rock bottom beef, even though it was times where that beef had got out of hand, you know what I mean? Like, I can't even say like really like super out of hand, but you know, it was incidents and shit in public that had happened, you know, from the Streetlord rock bottom beef. but it was like, it's still, you know, it was like some rap shit. You know what I mean? But I can tell you this too. People secretly, musically, people secretly took sides.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? People took sides, but what I'm trying to say is even in the process of the beef, people listened to both sides music.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It ain't like if you was rocking with Rock Bottom, you didn't listen to the Streetlords. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You listen to both of them still. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah. Hey, as you've been a young nigga around all this shit too, cause I'm thinking back to the records that y'all had with people. You know what I'm saying? From the, I think Benny Siegel was on something, and just Baby. You know what I'm saying, Baby, and you seeing this as a young nigga, and I'm only asking this because there's young niggas right now who is around the Vezos and they around the payrolls and they seeing it. You know what I'm saying? And I want to know what it's doing for them, but they young niggas, so they gonna say something ignorant. But
you know, first of all, like even with us, it was kind of like a lot of the rappers, they respected the Streetlord niggas for how they carried themselves first. You know what I'm saying? So they admired the togetherness that we had, and they admired, you know, how them niggas was flashy and did they, you know what I mean, did they thing and shit like that. So even as far as doing songs with niggas and shit like that, we was the type of niggas that, like, even niggas who would have came and done songs with niggas for free, we still gave them cheese. No, you know what I'm saying? Right. So when you factor in all of those type of things, that's the reason why, like, you know, like even back with us and niggas, it's back at that way now. But back in the days, like, you know, especially back then, people were scared to come to Detroit. But a lot of niggas used to come and they used to fuck with us and be running around the city and chilling with us. You know what I mean? Like you said, like even with Beanie and the whole state property, all them niggas was the biggest.
They was the biggest. The
Rockefeller Records was the biggest niggas in the country. So when niggas like the Streetlords had them running around the city for 2 weeks straight, 3 weeks straight, you know what I mean? That kind of shit was needed, and it's still needed now. You know what I mean? We have to make sure that we keep making it comfortable and safe for certain niggas to come to the city and fuck with us. Because for us to take the city to them high stakes, it take for every time y'all have somebody that come to the city and fuck with y'all, the first thing they say is Detroit ain't like I thought it was.
Period. Because it's really fun than a motherfucker.
And we are. I'm saying that because we are niggas that have celebrities come to town and hang with us and go want to run around the city with us and shit like that. And you know, every time that happens, niggas be saying, "Damn, Detroit ain't like what I thought," or like they tried to push it to be. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I'm asking you all this because you was around for these eras. So these even stories like I heard about. So like even like the trick, the no fly zone, shit was real.
No, fuck yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was real.
No, I'm asking because I feel like as soon as I hopped in the game,
that's when it was on that air. I remember
slowly.
But people don't. I don't think people understood the reason for that.
Yeah. The
reason for that was artists was coming to this city and just scraping up all the money and wasn't showing no artist love or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to know on some real shit, and I'm gonna put it out there. If ain't nobody else put it out there, I'm gonna put it on the floor. Trick, the reason niggas is running around this motherfucker looking out for niggas, bringing niggas on stage. Niggas come to this bitch fucking with niggas and all that shit. Yeah. That no fly zone was the reason, and this was the reason for it.
Yeah.
Niggas is coming to this bitch breaking bread with artists. In Detroit, niggas loving Detroit niggas like a motherfucker. I don't give a fuck where you go.
Back in the day, and it was popping, y'all was having fun and all that shit, man. And y'all had groupies and shit back in the day. Was y'all fucking the band and shit?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. Now this the thing. This the thing. When did you know? Like, oh, I'm that nigga. When did it hit you? I mean, what moment that you can remember specifically when you said
on stage, pull up the Burger King, and said,
yeah, where was it when you said, oh my, like what? Oh my
man,
God.
I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, bro, and I promise y'all, I know people who watching and niggas and shit. I know motherfuckers gonna laugh or either motherfuckers, but the thing for me was all my life, nigga, since kindergarten, I have been that nigga, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Say flat the fuck out.
Yeah, like, bro, I went to 2 middle schools. I went to motherfucking damn near 5 high schools.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah. All my life, I've been that nigga.
And you jitting too, nigga.
I was a jit. Listen,
bro. Oh, niggas ain't no Deezy jitted? What? Man,
nigga,
what?
I'm one of the coldest niggas that ever
he was
jit.
one of the coldest niggas ever jitting, for sure. My nigga Vic,
I'm
Willie
Hall
Fort
of
told me
Fame.
that.
I'm Hall of Fame jit status,
We've
man.
been drunk around each other a lot. I've never ever seen you
Nah, nigga.
start jitting.
No, listen, bro. I'm Hall of Fame jit status,
go?
bro. Like,
Where
I'm
you go?
Hall of Fame. I'm come from that. You know what I mean? Everybody that niggas that know me from way back in the day, they know I was the young nigga that came to the club fresh and had the bitches and that nigga can jit. You know what I'm saying? So I was that nigga. But you know what I'm saying? As far as like what he's saying is like I always had the hoes. You know what I'm saying? I always, you know what I mean? Like even rapping and shit. I was having live parties, and I was a nigga in middle school having live parties, and high school having live parties, and talking shit on the mic and getting the party hype and all of that. So none of it wouldn't. It kind of went new for me. The only thing that was different was how easy it became. You know what I mean? Like,
and he was like, damn.
Yeah, you know, because even back in the day, so you had to talk. I had that gift of gab, so I knew how to talk slick to him on the phone at night and shit like that. But you know, when you become famous,
it's different.
Easier. It's like, come here.
Like it's scary.
Yeah, come here. Hey, you come here.
Yeah.
Hey, my man said, come here.
Yeah.
Like that. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
So you say you got the gift. So you slide in the DM, you saying something crazy if you see something you like, huh?
Man, you know what, bro? I ain't even gonna lie to you. I be careful with that DM shit. First of all, like, because you know how females be screenshotting that shit. You know, I'm on the timeline. Yeah. People like, you said that. You know what I mean? So I ain't too. You know what I mean? Even if I had a conversation like that, it'd be with somebody that I know. You know what I mean? Like, I got, like, you know what I mean?
History with a song.
Yeah.
I could just imagine right now if the Streetlords and CHEDDA Boys had an Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if Blade had an Instagram.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, well, first of all, we'd probably just be coming home right now from the federal prison.
And hey, listen, that's first, right? Yeah, that's first and foremost.
A lot of us would be coming home from federal prison right now, and
off of Instagram.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's first and foremost. You know what I mean? And just when you say, you know, like even me, man, I'll be cool with wearing my stripes as an old nigga. You know what I mean? Like
you an OG.
Yeah, I don't shy away from it though. Like I'm cool with it.
We usually try to.
Yeah, nah, but even me, I'm cool with it because, man, you know what I'm saying? Everything that I've been through is the reason I am the person that I am today. You know what I'm saying? So I don't too much have that many regrets or nothing like that. But as far as me, you know, nigga be like, you know, because Vez on them say the same thing. They be like, man, you ain't no old nigga, you know, do this. I be like, nigga, I'm an old nigga. And I just say that just because of my thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's not how I dress or how I act or how I come off. I'm an old nigga just because I'm wise in my head. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be cool with it, though. I ain't tripping.
So if you had one thing, just one, you know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be a big thing. It could be a small thing. During your whole career of you coming up in the rap game, what would be one thing that you would do different? Just one. That you would be like, man, I could have played that different. I might should have. You know what I'm saying? One thing that you would have did different. Or think that would have kind of changed the course of things, maybe.
Seeing that you asked me that, that's crazy because I could write a book on how much shit I would do different.
Fact.
You know what I mean? But the one thing that I would do differently would be I would have paid more attention to the business of it.
That's deep.
I could definitely say the main thing, I would have paid more attention to the business of it. You know what I mean? Me being a nigga from West Side Detroit, you know what I mean? From the hood, from Joy Road, and you know, and I say that even you know, for all of us. All of us, I believe, even Yacht included, you know what I'm saying? And rest in peace, God rest his soul, and my brother Yacht, you know what I'm saying? Man, my nigga, dog. That nigga Yacht, man, but even my nigga Yacht, you know what I'm saying? We was some street niggas. We didn't even have no idea that it could get that big or, you know what I mean? Like even us, I think that we took a lot of it for granted. You know what I'm saying? We didn't understand because we was already having paper. You know what I'm saying? So when you already having paper, that's just like, for the record, I want to put this on the floor. Like, let's be clear. Streetlords had a lot of deals. You know, I think that people think that Streetlords didn't have a deal because they couldn't have one. Streetlords had multiple deals. You know what I mean? But you got to take yourself back in time on what was going on. You know what I mean? And you talking about a group of rap niggas who, like, even when I watch shit like the Wu-Tang Clan, I respect and I understand their story and everything, but even their story is different from the Streetlord story. You know what I mean? And back in the days, record labels was really trying to rate, you know what I mean, us. You know what I'm saying? So even us, I be looking at that too, like, damn, I hope that a lot of the young, especially from Detroit, that they understand and respect the fact of the things that the Streetlords took on the chin for y'all to be successful. The things we say, it's like when you listen to Bland and he say, if the deal ain't at least 10 mil, I ain't signing. That's because, nigga, we stood tall for y'all. We stood tall and represented for y'all because we was already having paper. We already running around the city tearing up Benzes and, you know what I mean? We already do everything that they doing now, we did it. We did it too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I think that the Lords played a big part in it, and I don't think enough people really understand the roles that we played in.
I wanted to say, you know, as me being a fat, like you my brother, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna, let's not even get that twisted from back in the days with Fruit, you know what I'm saying? The boys back in the 7-day record days, all that shit. But I want to let you know, like, you know, Alex, if anybody don't know, Alex was doing the El Cartel CDs and everything. If you from Detroit, you know. Which was
the largest mixtape company in Detroit, which it was the #1 transit from the studio to the streets. That it was Il Cartel. If anybody that was back then in that time and you don't know about Il Cartel, you ain't from the streets. Cause you could only get Il Cartel in the streets. Go ahead.
That was it.
You don't know what he talking about.
That was it. Yeah. So I just wanted to say, you know, personally put it on the record, like you was one of the first persons when I was coming up in the game rapping the shit. They gave me a free verse. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to thank you publicly for that. So you know, niggas will know we gonna put it on the floor.
But no, look, hold on. I'm gonna stop you even realer than that, though. Right? I'm gonna tell you some cold shit, real talk, my nigga. I never ever even said this to you before. But nigga, on some real shit, I never forget, nigga, one time, nigga, like, I was going through something, you feel me? Nigga, I was fucked up, like, financially. You know what I'm saying? And nigga, you know, I was staying in this expensive crib and all of that shit, nigga, and I was damn near, like, nigga, for real, like, down on my luck, you feel me? And, nigga, you called me out the blue, nigga, for a verse, nigga, right? And I was, you know me, I was gonna do the verses. It's like, and that's why I'm telling you this, not because you saying that I did the verse for you for free, right? I was gonna do the verse for you for free then, nigga, but you gave me 3 racks to come do a verse for you and shit. And I ain't gonna lie, my nigga, you don't know this, but nigga, you saved my life at that point. Man, you feel me? Like, nigga, I took that cheese from you, nigga, put a couple dollars with it, paid my rent for like 2 months and shit, then I could think straight. Then, nigga, boom, I bounce back. You know what I'm saying? I'm back on my feet, back balling again, you know what I mean? But real talk, my nigga, I appreciate you and I love you because, nigga, just like you saying you giving me a shout out for doing a verse for you for free, I'm giving you a shout out because, my nigga, you was there for me at the time when I needed you. And that's real shit. That's real nigga, you know what I mean? You probably ain't even know the situation. No, I didn't. But
I did. I
but
had no
my
clue.
nigga, that was real shit. You came through, nigga. You gave me 3 racks, nigga, with no problems.
No,
nigga.
I ain't had no hesitation.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn. I'm like, I wasn't even gonna charge this nigga for no verse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And nigga, you ain't know I needed the cash. You just was being a straight up real nigga. And that was. How long ago was that? That shit was years ago. That might have been, nigga,
that shit was
2011.
That shit was years ago.
That might have been 10 years ago.
That was damn near around Street Certified time or Best Kept Secret.
I don't even remember what the verse was I did for you because we done did so much shit together. Yeah. I don't even remember what the verse was, but I just remember that I was fucked up, bro. I needed you, and I didn't ask you for it, and you didn't know I was going through it, but I respect the fact that you were there for me. And
I appreciate
real talk.
Yeah, I appreciate I could do that.
I never forgot, nigga.
I appreciate I could do that shit. No problem.
It's on the floor. It's on the floor. It's on the floor. It's on the floor.
Calm your ass down.
Come on, come on, keep talking to him.
Fact.
You was talking to the old you.
First of all, my nigga, look. You gonna have some kids that you gonna love, nigga, and the only thing you gonna think about, my nigga, is being there for them. So all this shit that you doing, all this wild and all this so crazy ass shit you doing, we get it, my nigga, but chill the fuck out.
So, like with that even being said, like right, I got a clothing line that's called Sincerely Fucking Embrace Falling Forward, which means like embracing all the bullshit and everything I had, and just keep pushing, falling forward and keep pushing. So if you had to write a letter to all the bullshit or anything you've been through your problems, and you had to end the letter and sincerely fucking, what would you say? And then sincerely fucking.
Damn, y'all niggas got some shit in here, dog.
That's it right there.
Put it on the floor, baby. Welcome to the show.
Damn. You know me, a lot of times with certain things, man, I like to keep some things simple and plain.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So even in this situation, I would just say that God took you through all these things for a reason, my nigga. Chill out.
Period.
Fuck it.
Sincerely fuck it.
Sincerely fuck it. Fuck it, my nigga.
2 things. We got the drip check. So we gotta let the camera know what we rocking. You know what I'm saying? And you know we gonna make sure we put it at the top of the screen what we rocking and all that. So let them know what you rocking, baby.
I'll go first?
Yes, sir.
You go first.
Oh, well, first I'm rocking some Meraki jeans. I got these jeans from my people up at Fashion Bistro.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out
So
Fashion
shout out to the Bistro.
Yeah.
I got some Nike. I forgot even what these motherfuckers called. Some Nike Air Maxes or something.
Yeah.
And y'all know me. One thing about K Deezy, I'm gonna represent my people. I'm gonna represent the things that I'm around, people that I know. And this right here is just the family shit, you know what I'm saying, plugged in. So I'm about to plug in hoodie, plugged in Scully jacket, Versace drawers, of course, you know what I'm saying?
Flat out. BJ, what's poppin', baby?
Man, just, you know, a quick little drip check, man. Start from the top, off the Ethica. Shout out to Ethica one time. The Five Guys Finkel Lab hoodie. You know, brought to you by Finkel Lab Collection, Big 5. You know what I'm saying?
That shit hard, dog.
Appreciate it.
You love
Appreciate it.
The Five Guys is hard, dog.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I can't remember what G's I got on. But had to compliment him off the Louis sneaks.
Louis sneaks, you
yeah.
smoked it with the Louis
I'm just
sneaks.
cool.
So you smoked it with that.
We
You
get
smoked
you,
it with
man.
that.
Cool,
We
calm,
get
and collected type
You
nigga,
smoked it
you
with
know
that.
what I'm
Yeah, I'm off the plugged in collection, man. Shout out to my homie Will. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the T.
Is this bitch velvet?
balloon.
Man, I ain't got that one,
Listen,
dog.
this bitch so motherfucking
Hey, I
crispy.
seen that nigga. I say, what's that you got on right there?
What the fuck
You
is
know, I
that?
complimented her with the red bottles, you know, with the red, you know what I'm saying, the red, what's that? The Cartier shades, man. You know, we coolin', baby. We coolin'. What's up, Tuck
Tuck Money.
Yeah, you know, look, first of all, shout out to Remy Martin. I got the Remy Martin snapback.
You
on,
feel
know
me?
what I'm saying? I got the bag home collection, you know what I'm saying? Supply the man, you know, shout out to Big 5. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir,
saying? I got
Yeah.
some J's on. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? This Bobby, you know.
Yeah.
So also, we got a segment of the show too. We want to know if you had just one female that you always been in love your whole life. I don't even give a fuck if it was celebrity, locally, internationally, whatever, and she was watching right now. And this was your chance to wheel her in and get her. Who would it be and what would you say? It could be anybody in the world. Any fucking body. I don't care who it is.
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm gonna put this shit all the way.
Put this shit all the way on the floor, goddammit.
Oprah.
Let the fuck out.
I'll do whatever you need me to do, baby. I'll be who you need me to be, baby.
And that's fucking fact.
Call me, baby.
That's fucking
I'm right in the D on the west side, baby. Right off Joy Road, baby. Call
That's
me.
fucking facts.
Oprah. I do that acting shit too, girl.
Yeah. And that's good, because speaking of the acting, they also want to know, that was another fan question. We know that you're doing acting right now, and you fucking the scene up with the acting game right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And
a lot of people, you think everybody recognize that?
Man, hell yeah, man. Stop
nah,
playing,
I just
man.
messing with y'all.
Stop playing, man.
It's up for real.
Yeah, it's up. It's on the flow with that shit. So you all over Amazon Prime and everything, like all these platforms and stuff with the movies. They want to know, like, what made you go into the movie game and how's it treating you right now?
Well, real quick, my guy, shout out to my guy Dennis Reed.
That's
my
my guy.
That's
What's up,
my
Dennis?
brother, man.
What's up, Dennis?
You know, then I had did a couple of other little things. Like I did some, shout out my brother Kamal Smith.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Kamal.
I did 2 stage plays with Kamal first.
I'm scared
like
of
I jumped off into the game because I was like, I felt like doing stage plays was a real test. You know what I mean? Because
yes, sir.
you know, when we do the movies, we can make mistakes and cut it, start over. When you doing the play, you gotta know your shit and you gotta know it and be on top of it right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So I did the 2 plays with Kamal, and then after that, I was like, I want to go further. You know, because I did the plays just to test myself.
Yeah.
So after I tested myself, I was like, I want to go farther. I want to do, you know, do some film or whatever. So I was called in to meet Dennis one day, and I was supposed to be on another thing that he was doing first.
Okay.
And things didn't work out or whatever. You know, we both just figured like we'd catch each other later on in the future or whatever. And so when he was getting ready to film the movie First Lady Part 1, the guy who was supposed to play my role, he couldn't play the role in like 5 days to shoot. So y'all, if you do this or did this before, you already know if you a director and one of your main people say they can't be there and it's 5 days until you film,
you in panic mode.
Oh boy.
You in panic mode.
Yeah.
So Dennis say he was like, man, I sat down and just really thought about like who I could call or who I think could do it. And he winded up reaching out to me, you know what I'm saying? And he sent me the script and everything. I worked on the script. I had like 4 days to learn the script or whatever. And I came on set with Dennis and really, you know, the rest is history. But throughout these years that I stayed with him after we did First Lady 1, you know what I'm saying? So throughout these years, we've been elevating and growing together side by side.
Absolutely.
So even now, I'm in a position now, you know, my deal is already set on the floor for distribution. I haven't even shot my movie yet, so for me to have a distribution situation, and I ain't even shot yet.
That's beautiful.
You know what I mean? You know that's a beautiful situation.
Beautiful.
So we getting ready to. We got a movie we dropping this weekend, wrote by a black novelist. Her name is Keisha Irvin.
Okay, shout out to Keisha.
Shout out to Keisha Irvin. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful black woman.
Okay.
Writing some great novelties, and she put it in Dennis' hands to bring it to life to a movie. So Dennis did that. He brought me on set to, you know, like learn, you know, so I had to learn my directing because I'm getting ready. I'm a writer on my film. I'm starring in my film. I'm directing my film. I'm producing my film.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn.
Yeah,
So
that's a lot.
I went on set of this movie. Paper Heart. So that'll be dropping this weekend or whatever.
Okay.
And
you can't wait, man. Shout out to what it's gonna be on. What it's gonna be on.
You know, we run everything through the same.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Thing. So even like for y'all people who be like, y'all, oh yeah, I seen y'all in them Detroit movies. Well, these Detroit movies be played all over the country.
No,
you know
that's for damn.
I've been traveling the world for the last year, and these people don't even know I rap. You know what I mean? These people that approach me, they just know me from the movies. Everywhere I go. So. Like I just even want Detroit to know y'all. Like we open up in a whole new lane for y'all, and y'all see my brothers. We taking that shit to a whole new level.
Big fact.
So make sure y'all keep supporting us and pushing us, man. And come out to them premieres, man. Make sure them days when the movies come out that we run them numbers up and all that. Cause Detroit, it's our turn. It's just our turn, y'all. We had to play the background and get counted out of everything for so long. And now that y'all see we winning, let's take it there for real, y'all. We deserve this. So Detroit, keep supporting Detroit, man. Period.
Detroit, when y'all see this sex scene, don't nobody say nothing to me. Give y'all heads up on that. Right
I had to pick my brother. My brother, he's starring in my movie with me. You know what I'm saying?
First sex scene.
So
been that bitch going crazy.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, that was fun, man. That was fun. Me and him, man, we done did so much stuff together, man. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? We done ran that check up together. You know what I mean?
That sounds like a beautiful thing there, my girl.
My little bro used to come over my crib, man, come post up, lay on my couch, fall asleep, man. Get up, get some hits.
That's because I ain't no crib.
That nigga used to come over my crib, man, get them lessons every day, man. He come over my crib every day.
Ain't nowhere else to go, shit.
That's crazy, dog. That's crazy.
Come over my crib, man, get them lessons, man. We done chopped it up about so much shit.
Well, we got one more question before we get out of here, man, that we need to know. How do you feel about the state of hip hop in the city of Detroit right now? And you know, I hate to put it out there like that, but who are some of your favorite artists that you rocking with?
Well, how I feel about it, I love it. Mm-hmm. I love what we becoming. I'm loving seeing people trying to follow and steal our sauce. It's flattering to me. Okay. You know what I mean? I love to see these young boys come up out the hood and become millionaires and get their friends chances to get out the hood.
Hell yeah.
I love to see the barriers that they breaking independently around here. A lot of these artists, they done learn independency, so they even winning off of that. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy for it now. As far as my favorite artists that I like, I listen to so many of them. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, like I'm a musician, so I listen to so many different kinds of music that I have my days and my moments.
Absolutely.
But a lot of the days, I say at least 2 or 3 days out the 7-day week, I ride around listening to nothing but Detroit hip hop.
Yeah.
So of course I like, I still like the Doughboys Payroll. Everybody out the Team Eastside crew, them all my niggas. Bezzo, Peasy, GT, Babyface. So I mean, the new youngsters I like, Baby Money.
I like Baby Money. Baby Money hard too. Shout out to Baby Money.
Of course, Dang Dot. Who else? Man, there's so many of them I fuck with.
I like LOM Rudy too.
Egg Roll.
Egg Roll.
That's my nigga.
Yeah.
I fuck with it. Me and Egg Roll, we linked up in Vegas, and ever since Vegas, we make sure that we just keep.
I like him because it's him and all.
Yeah.
Him.
He's so marketable. Yeah. Man. He a walking.
And he have fun too.
Yeah. That's when you gonna win.
You having fun.
You not gonna win when you taking this shit too serious. But even a few more people, Tay B. I fuck with Tay B.
Yeah. Fuck with Tay B.
Man, Sada.
Oh yeah, Sada. Yeah. You know, Sada gonna come with it all the time.
You got Doug.
Yeah, I fuck with Doug too.
I still fuck with Shine and Grizzly.
Yeah.
Our females is winning.
Yeah, I need to
Cash
see
Doll winning.
Yeah, Cash Doll. Shout out to Cash Doll.
You know what I mean? I mean, just look at what's going on. I'm telling y'all, I got a lot of Detroit history right here. I noticed I've been in the streets before I was supposed to be. It has never been like this.
Never.
For us.
Ever.
Musically.
Nope.
Not since Motown days.
Yeah, but
shit like that.
But we had a moment though. You, Tone, Mae West, Stretch Money. You know,
Lodge
Rock
Boy.
Bottom, Lodge Boy.
Yeah,
we had a moment, but it wasn't like this.
No. Yeah, we had a moment.
We had a
for
good
sure.
moment. A good
no,
moment.
Listen. The moment is what paved the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, had a moment now.
The moment is what paved the way.
Cause you was on the Lodge Boy CD going fucking
You
hell,
never
boy.
listen. Even me, okay. When I came into going on radio and getting to that stage of being on radio and shit like that, You never heard no Detroit artists on the radio. You might have heard Trick song here and there.
I only heard 4 my whole time growing up. It was K Deezy. It was Tom. It was a Trick record. And it was Take Money and Make Money. Only 4 records I ever heard on radio.
Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all another person. Now this gonna blow y'all mind too. Cool.
No, it ain't.
No, we all.
I already know who you.
We all call him Fruit.
Okay.
But Black Noah.
Yeah.
He's Black Noah on Instagram.
Yeah.
But Fruit, he is our brother. We call him Fruit.
To us, he's forbidden fruit. Yeah.
Fruit had a song called "Still Got to Work" back in the days, and that song was a song that. When I heard Still Got to Work on the radio, that was a song that made me go, okay, y'all, we could take this street shit to another level on radio.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can ride that edge because it was scarce of hearing Detroit artists on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So at that moment, it was like, oh yeah, I'm going to take, because even when you look back on me, the radio started, I want to say I was the first artist that radio started cleaning up my records they sell playing.
And that's when you know your shit hot.
Like if you hear your song on the radio and you like, I ain't make no radio version of that song.
That's when you know you hot.
Then you like, oh, okay, they playing his, they was playing my whole album on radio.
Mm-hmm.
So I had never heard that before. Like that was a feeling. Like for me to be riding and going, they playing my whole album on the radio, and I didn't make radio versions for these songs, meaning that y'all made them yourself.
That was a lot of audacity.
Yeah. Even when you talk about, because I was finna ask you this, I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
How many Detroit records up until this day right now have been in rotation? You getting played on mix shows or even them little countdown shows and none of that shit. I'm talking about where the program director went in there and programmed a Detroit record.
The ones I named in my hood.
No sign. No, I'm talking about without being signed. No record, no major record label, just off the strength.
No record deal.
In rotation.
Because when you said no record deal, well, I was going to say Try Me, but that was probably a record deal. About time it got in rotation.
Okay.
I'm going to say First Day Out.
Okay. First Day Out, no record deal.
Yeah, that was no record deal.
That was no record
About
deal.
time it was in rotation.
It made rotation before the record deal?
Yeah.
You sure?
What about that Block Party?
Yeah, that was one.
Yeah, that was one for sure.
Rotation?
Yeah.
Okay.
But besides that,
see, like even now, y'all teaching me because I these are the things that I wanted to ask that I didn't know.
But I was working with them people, so I'm a radio nerd.
Okay.
So I go off auto ads. That's like once you get more than this many number of spins per week, your record really supposed to be automatically added to the main rotation. But if a label don't step in and say it, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. But that's where.
Yeah, cause see, even even in the situation with us, Juan whole mentality was like, all right, we've already showed them that we can get records popping in the streets without radio, right? So his whole thing was like, okay, we already showed y'all that, so now I gotta think of what's next. You know what I mean? And he knew that if we had the power or the control of having their eyes, he knew that things that he wanted to get done, he could push it out through that method. You know what I'm saying? Easier. So it was like, I'm going to force the streets to force y'all hand to play in my hood. You get it? So even for me, like, when I first went to radio, and this is my brother. I love, y'all know Spud.
Yeah.
Spud is my brother. I love him to death. Matter of fact, he is a part of the team with us and taking the movie gang to the next level. Spud is a part of our team. You know what I mean? That's my brother. I love him to death. Shout out to Spud. But he was a program director back then. And even with him, it wasn't that he always knew that the In My Hood record was a good record, but he was just in a position where radio wasn't touching that kind of shit. They weren't fucking with it. So even him, his attitude when we went to a radio meeting with him was like, you got to come up with a song they dance to, or y'all got to make up something, or you know what I mean, or something that we could play to get the women and the kids and shit like that. And why I remember because my heart was broke when I walked out the radio station. Like I literally walked out and was almost in tears because I thought In My Hood was the coldest record ever any nigga could make. Yeah. I was like, nigga, I made this, like nigga. So to hear a nigga going, nah, I come with another one, I'm like nigga, what? Like nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? But Juan, he stayed calm the whole time. He was like, don't worry about that. He like, we finna do this TV show. The streets gonna force their hand. Nigga, I looked up maybe almost a month later after that, and they was calling me going, why we don't have this record? And I'm like, they like, get this record down here to us right now. And shit, the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? The rest is history. But having that Dirty Glove Network, having that platform, it made us be able to say, hey, y'all, call the radio station and tell them to play this song. Niggas hey, y'all, go down to the radio station. Tell them, motherfuckers was going to the radio station. People was going down to the radio station, knocking on the door. Play that K Deezy, calling the radio all day. So, you know, that shit, having that TV show was, you know, because even look at the things we was doing on TV. It's what you see on Instagram now. Think about it.
And them 2 records you had was...
It just wasn't on... It wasn't on Instagram.
Man, Chopper in the Trunk and In My Hood.
My first record ever on radio, though, was Dope Man.
Yeah.
Dope Man was my first time me just being somewhere and going, oh, shit, I'm on the radio. You know what I mean?
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, hell yeah. Me and Jesse Jones, nigga, riding in the brand new Benz down Telegraph.
Damn.
And we pulled up to the light at Finkel and Telegraph, and we was listening to the radio. And the motherfuckers was like, this that brand new Streetlords right here, Dope Man. And they dropped Dope Man. Me and Jesse was sitting in the car, the light turned green. We ain't even moved. We was just in the car like, oh shit. And next thing you know, everybody started calling. They was like, dog, like that's a hit. That's a hit. Yeah. So even with the Dope Man record, I thought the Dope Man record was like about to.
Yeah.
My first record on radio, it sounded like a hit. You know what I mean? The shit we was talking, the hook, all of that. I was like, we finna fuck this rap game up with this.
And so when you see these bitches still working, because you speaking on way back when you see these records still working till today, and then you see the youth singing these bitches too. Like, what type of feeling that give for you? The youth, these new niggas, they fresh. 21, still singing In My Hood, still singing Dope Man, still singing Come Roll with Nigga, still singing Chop in the Trunk.
I mean, of course it make you feel good, you know what I mean? Because to last as long and stay relevant musically, you know, like even me sometimes I look at I had to check myself about, like, sometimes you get so caught up in what you don't have that you forget about what you do have. And one thing I've learned about this rap game and this culture is, out of everything, people care most about they respect they get at the crib. They care most about how the crib embraced them. It's almost in the rap game like, if you don't have a crib, it's 3 times as harder for you. Most niggas that even want to invest and mess with you, all that, that's because they see that you got the crib. You have to get the crib first in my eyes. So just even us to have a crib as long as we had it and still had that respect, still had that the loyalty from the fans. It don't take me much. I get on Instagram and say, hey, y'all, this where we at tonight. This was popping, and that shit gonna go up. You feel me? And I believe that kind of shit is keeping your face card right and having that love at home, because no matter how far you go up, you gotta come back down. And when you come back down, you gotta make sure that you do maintain that, because these the people that you gotta live with. You gotta see me at the grocery store. You gotta see me at the mall.
Fact.
You gotta see me at Minnie's.
Fact.
You gotta see me at Pantheon.
Fact.
So when you want to move right and you want that genuine love, it gotta first come from the crib. So you gotta always keep your shit, keep your love right at home. Take care of your people at home. Put your crib first. You know, it's cool to go out and do other things, but you gotta keep the crib first.
You gotta keep the crib first. You do.
You gotta keep the crib first. There's even a lot of more niggas who done expanded and moved out and went other places and stuff, but they still faithfully come back home.
Yeah.
The crib.
It's something special that we got here in Detroit. And even though, you know, some of us, we get tired and we be like, man, ain't shit popping in, you know what I mean? But we still just got to remember it's something different about that love. Like, man, I check myself. I done been through a lot of things mentally and all kind of shit. And I go outside and I'm like, nigga, I'm motherfucking K Deezy, nigga.
Don't
You
get
know
it
what I
fucked
mean?
up. Yeah, don't get it fucked up.
And that's because of my city.
Yeah.
I felt that one.
That's because of Detroit.
Yeah.
That's my city. They love me. They fuck with me. Of course, it's some haters. It's haters everywhere, bro.
Everywhere.
But the love I get, my nigga, you can't spend. You could sign an artist right now. You can't spend $1 million and get him to get the love I get.
No cap.
You could buy that nigga 10 chains. He ain't K Deezy, my nigga.
No cap.
You feel me? And that's what I love. I just love that part of it, bro. Like I always remain humble. You know what I mean? And some people, they try to teach you like, don't be humble. Fuck that, nigga. Fuck what they talking about.
Yeah.
Stay humble, BJ.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, you move different as you grow and mature, but
100%.
stay humble. Don't forget where you came from.
Yeah.
Don't forget the people that believed in you first. The people that said, I remember. I know your whole nigga everything. Nigga, everything you been through, the trials, the tribulations. Look at you.
Then guess what? I'm going to step outside. Guess what?
What?
Motherfucking DJ BJ.
Yeah, nigga, you DJ
outside.
BJ. Nigga, 35, 25. Nigga.
Real
Bitch.
talk. And that's crazy because as we come to a close for this whole thing, man, you know, me personally, man,
You've been so smooth this whole episode,
yeah,
bro.
I know.
Maybe
It's the shade.
It might be the shades.
Yeah, that's my shit.
It's the shades.
so
Yeah.
fucking
Put my
Yeah,
shades
it's the
on.
shades.
Let me put my
But
shit
you know what I'm
on.
saying, man, as a
Put my shit
fan,
on, man.
and as you being my brother, man, I want to say, man, while you can smell your flowers, you know what I'm saying, you a legend to us, you an icon, man.
I appreciate that, man.
I appreciate everything you did for the culture and you paving the way for all of us, man, as artists, man, and just being able to see all the trials and tribulations you went through for us to be able to look and like, no, we might not want to do that.
Yeah.
That we don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? You lost a lot. People don't know that. You lost a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, just like you say, from Blade, losing Juan for 10 years, man, and just at the height of your career and everything, man, and you still stuck through that shit, and you came out in the blaze of motherfucking fire, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? The phoenix arising from the ashes. And I appreciate you, man, and I appreciate you coming to do this interview with us. It means a lot, man. And we're going to close this thing out, man, with shout-outs, man, and we want to know what you got to say to your city, to your fans, to your people you love.
Well, man, first and foremost, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all the people that have been continuously supporting me. Niggas don't last this long, you know what I mean? It just don't happen this way, you know what I mean? And I know that it's because of the people who love me and the people who believed in me, you know what I mean? Secondly, and last but not least, to all my young niggas out there, man, I don't know about nobody else, but I'm approachable. It's okay to come holler at me, come talk to me. It's okay to ask for advice. It's okay to, you know, say, Deezy, man, let's do something together. You know, let's work together. I'm not that, you know, I know it's a big gap in between the young niggas and the old niggas and this and this and that, but I love all of y'all. This was the vision. This was the plan. For everything y'all doing, this was the plan. This what we wanted. This what we fought for. This what we stood tall for. This why we did things the way that we wanted to do it. You know what I mean? There was plenty of people came and told Streetlord niggas to dance and come up with a dance song and do this and this and that. But we kept it real for the streets and we taught that gangster shit because that's what we was in real life.
Real talk.
We always understood what it came with. We always understood what it came with. And we handled our business as G's and we still doing that now. We love the community. We love our people. You know what I mean? We love God. We know what's going on out here. So to all my young niggas, man, feel free to kick it with me, you know what I mean? But approach me the right way, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Just approach me the right way, dog. You know what I mean? I got plenty of game, plenty of knowledge to give you, you know what I'm saying? Just come chop it with a G, man. We ain't none of that. I love y'all. I support y'all, man. Get with me.
Real talk. What's your shout-outs, Tuck?
Well, look, man, I want to get a shout-out to everybody that's out there supporting the shit that we got going on. I just want to tell y'all, man, don't never fall back on your dreams. You're going to fall back on anything, fall back on faith. Keep pushing, you know what I'm saying, and stay positive.
Yeah. Shout out to the whole city, man. Shout out to everybody around here doing positivity, man. 2022, man. We coming for wealth, man. The wealthy, man. We trying to break all these curses, man, and do this generational wealth thing, man, and do it like that, man. Shout out to the whole city. DJ, what's poppin'?
I got to salute, man. K Deezy, the role model. The role model is in the fucking building.
Yes, sir.
I grew up on this, man. I remember being in high school. I had a yellow Monte Carlo SS with 2 solar bears in the trunk. And then he dropped the Stuck in My Ways project, and I remember it like it was yesterday because it was the baking soda cover. It was his face and how I remember the CDs because they wasn't in like glass CDs. It was like plastic. It was like a
baking soda cover.
Yeah, it was like a baking soda cover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Plastic.
And it flipped
wrap.
out. That was the culture. Yeah.
And I sat in my car. I forgot what song was it. It was like track 6 or 7. It was a girl on it. I told you that before. But just, you know, like I feel like that album changed my life. And watching you and the Streetlords and, you know what I'm saying, and the Cheddar Boys run around, bro, that paved the way for a lot of what's going on right now and a lot of culture to come. And that may be from chains to Cartier glasses to outfits to, you know what I'm saying, to just, you know, natural drip, to minks, to the flow, you know what I'm saying, like, so, you know, I just want to salute to the, you know, to the whole Streetlord, Dirty Glove, Cheddar Boy, team, gang, all of y'all, man, because y'all really paved the way for Detroit.
Yeah, no doubt, and, man, not to cut you off, my bad, but everybody, man, make sure y'all support my brother Rook. One of the original Streetlord, original Cheddar Boys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got the Cheddar Boys films. He been doing movies for a long time, but he got the new movie out right now called One More Flip. Go watch that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can catch me in First Lady 1, 2, and 3. Catch me in Indictment. Catch me in Price of Love with Vezo. We dropping a new movie in February with me, Vezo, and Babyface. That movie is called Playing for Keeps.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So just make sure, man, that y'all keep supporting, man. This, I'm going to tell y'all something else. The last thing I got to say real quick is this nigga right here, watching him in them movies and watching him go so hard, that's another thing that didn't push me. You know, my passion right now is in the movies. And this is the nigga, he is my tone in the movies. You know what I'm saying? So seeing SINO doing his thing and killing shit and some of the biggest shows and movies right now, you know what I'm saying? That shit really inspired me. So, so man, make sure, dog, that y'all just keep supporting, man. That's so important, man.
I appreciate that.
It's
man.
cool.
Take it out, BJ.
All right, y'all, man, we up out of here. Big shout out once again, man. Conan Grill on the food. Shout out Big on the cam one time, man. Our Jizzle one time was popping. And until next week, we will see y'all. As I always say, 35-25 over everything. Prayers go up. Blessings come down. Mom and Dad, I love you. To all my fathers out there, man, take care of your queens. Take care of your young kings. Until next week, peace.
Salute.
Put it on the flow.
You know that.
It's on the flow. It's on the flow. It's on the flow. It's on the flow.